To the north of Ashford, you've got Ashford Warren. It's sandwiched between two major roads. You've got a motorway on one side, a road on the other, and you have a railway going straight through the centre. A few years ago, I did a film on some old railway carriages I used to play in and around when I was a child. They were used for storage, and the video covered trying to find and retrace my steps to where they were, which I did find. But today, seeing as it's cleared up, there's no more rain and it's dried out quite a lot, I thought I'd go for a wander around and have a nice walk, and I thought I'd bring you guys with me. Ashford Warren has been split in two halves with fences, as you can see. Now, there have been reports in the press and on the Kent Wildlife Trust's sites that there are some Highland cows here, even though I've looked and I still haven't found them. Spent a good day looking around for them, still haven't found them. But what's interesting about this bridge is that if you look at it, when you go under, you'll see where people have carved either little love hearts or their names and dates, and you'll find some dates going back quite a few years. When you come up a hill that's just adjacent to the railway lines and through the bridge, you come across this flat area here. You've got a track that goes round where kids have obviously ridden their bikes and had loads of fun doing races and times and what have you. But then you notice you've got some small mounds, some bumps and things like that here. Now, I always wondered what it was used for. Why have you got all these bumps? Whilst doing the research for a documentary, I found out that the Ministry of Defence in the First World War used Ashford Warren as a training ground and testing ground. They had both home soldiers and foreign soldiers come over here. We've got Canadians and what have you. And they dug out these trenches to simulate trenches in France. And this is where they did their training, which is quite ironic because I filmed a short film here years and years ago, and I used this area for exactly that. You know, sitting here makes me wonder what was going through these young soldiers' minds, especially the foreign ones. They're brought over to a foreign country to fight in a war that they don't know really much about, and they're brought to Ashford. And they're brought out here where they've got freshly dug out trenches to simulate what it'd be like to go up against the Germans in France. And doing war games out here, and then all of a sudden they're in the real thing. And what would go through their minds about the difference, the fear, the horror of what they were seeing. Because then, basically mankind had never seen a war quite like that. I mean, before it was mainly horses, swords, arrows, and all of a sudden you've got explosions, bombs, missiles, mortars, machine guns. And for a young soldier, probably 16, 17, 18, it must have been the most frightening place on earth. was a kid, I think this area here of the Ashford Warren was my favourite area. This is Devil's Drop, and you've got a nice big deep cutout with nice sweeping hills to go down. Now they've been worn away quite a lot since I was a kid. I can tell that because just over there where I used to go down, you just got a load of roots sticking out, and it wouldn't be advisable for you if you're on a bike, not now anyway. But I always remember the rush as you rode up as fast as you can to the edge, just to go vroom straight down, and the elation when you get down the bottom that you've done it, and then you've got to push your bike all the way back up, which, believe you me, is knackering. But it's nice to see it's still here, and you can see it's still being used for bikes going down and kids having fun. It was also really fun in the snow, because this area covered in snow, it wasn't so much foliage above us now, and you go down here on a sledge or plastic bag or a toilet seat. It was great fun. And yes, we did find out as children that out of all the things we could find to go down a snowy hill, the best was an old toilet seat. You went like the clappers. I've often wondered about this trackway here. What was it originally? I mean, it looks like it's been dug out. You look at these banks either side. I don't think it's nature, I think it's man-made. You go up there, you've got some houses, and down here you've got another railway bridge. Maybe it was man-made just so they could get the railway materials here to build the bridge and the railway. But that's a mystery for another day, I think. So where I am now is just sort of around this area here. It used to be Ashford Golf Course. Now that was carved up when they put the M20 in. Now for years we had the motorway came to literally just over there and stopped, and we had what was called the missing link. No, we're not talking about Neanderthal, we're talking about the missing section between the M20 here in Ashford and the M20 starting in Maidstone. But we had this a dugout in the shape of the motorway and the off-ramps, but it was all sandy. And I and friends used to have great fun. So on a side point, if you go into Ashford Town Centre on a Saturday night or a Friday night, you probably will see a few Neanderthal men. It's nice to see that people are still building camps here in Ashford Warren. I used to do this when I was a kid. I wonder how long it took them to build this. It's pretty cool though. Back at the car now, and I've thoroughly enjoyed my wander around Ashford Warren. Even though you can hear the odd car from the motorway, you sort of tune it out and start really enjoying the peacefulness of this place. I would thoroughly recommend, if you're in Ashford, live in Ashford, or if you're visiting or coming through, take 5 minutes or half hour to come and enjoy Ashford Warren. Just enjoy walking around and seeing some of the nature and contemplating on some of the history that's gone on here. Well, I hope you enjoy this. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you next time.